Now we're going to get into, let's talk about married family. Well, not some of these people are married, but a family of 4 to live comfortably in 20 major cities. All right. Oh, look at this little girl. Oh, never mind. Okay, family of 4. And again, this is the income of family of 4 needs to live comfortably in 20 major cities, still by Mark Winters. This was written March 27th of 2024. So we got to that last article. Mark was putting in work, I bet, when he's writing these articles. Anyway, a family of 4 needs to make more than $275K to live comfortably in some of the most expensive cities. I'm gonna tell you right now, this number, when it said we talk about comfortably, this is where I'm gonna start breaking it down for these major cities. That number is not 275K for the it's probably 275K for none of these places at the top. The top 20, none of them. Anyways, comfortable again, define 50, 30, 20 budget. We already talked about this. All right, and again, they still use the same MIT living wage calculator. Here's a look again. So San Fran. So see, look, here we go. Arlington, Virginia at 318. I'm trying to tell you, look, Nova, look, that number. Oh my goodness. I'm just skimming real quick. Washington, D.C. See, Washington, D.C. and Arlington are the same place. All right, let me just show y'all a map. For those who don't know, most people I believe are listening to this. Live in this area, Arlington, VA. I'm gonna show y'all a map real quick so you can see where Arlington is compared to Washington, D.C. For those who don't know, okay, Arlington, Virginia, it borders Washington, D.C. There's a bridge right here. This should be the Wilson Bridge, right? At the time, yeah, no, that's the 14th. All right, anyways, regardless, the Wilson Bridge is down here. Who cares? It doesn't matter. My mouse is always janky. Regardless, it is Washington, D.C. and Arlington, Virginia border each other, so it's just the same place. Okay, even though geographically it's not the same place, it's a different part, different city. It's in Virginia, but see see the White House, like it's just right there. All right, so it's the same place. Okay, so when I say it's the same place, when you look like the housing, the cost, the places that you're going to buy food, right? When people talk about inflation, gas, all these different type of things, the people who live in those various areas, all that type of stuff, it's the same place. Just like how LA is sort of, or California is grouped, like even though San Fran, LA, San Diego, they're far apart. San Fran and Oakland are close together, but all these places are far apart in California. We just all view it as LA. Most people aren't from there. We just view it as LA. California is expensive when we're talking about LA, San Fran, San Diego. We just view it all as the same place. And when it comes to New York, we're talking about New York City, and New York City is a very small part of the state of New York, right? But when you talk about New York, you're talking about the city of New York. You're not talking about any other place. All right. 339,000 tops the list for San Fran, 334 for San Jose, 319 for Boston. How come Boston doesn't have its city attached to it? Anyways, Arlington, Virginia, 318. New York City, 318. Oakland, 316. Urban Honolulu, Hawaii. Is that a place? Anyways, 299,000. So the top 6 are all over 300,000. They're all roughly in the same range, except the top 2 being over 330. My goodness. Irvine, 291. Santa Ana, 291. Portland, 289. San Diego, 289. Chula Vista, 289. Newark, New Jersey, 285. New Jersey City, 285. Seattle, 283. Aurora, 280. Long Beach, 280. Anaheim, 280. LA, 276. And DC, 275. These numbers are right on the low end. When it says a family of 4 here, and my assumption is this is gross. This is not net. But if they're talking about you need to save 20%, okay, let's just go for the 275 number. Let's just make it easy and say it's 250K. 20% of 250K is 50,000. You got to save/invest $50,000 every year. If you're talking about from an investing standpoint, your savings goal is what it is. Once you reach your emergency fund, whatever it is, you stop investing that. But when it comes to investing, right, retirement investing, whatever it is, long-term investing, you do that every year. So at least $50,000. So let's say we're at 250 to make the math simple. You go from 250 down to 200. All right. Now you got 80% of your money left. Then you got to pay taxes. This is for married people, so they're going to be in that. A lot of that money is going to be in the 24% tax bracket. But let's just split it and let's say another 15%. So we're at 200,000 now because we did 50K for investing. So 15% of 200,000. Now we're at 30K. So that's 30 plus 50, which is 80. And all we've done is invest and pay taxes. And by the way, we invested so we have the minimum enough amount of money to live off of when we retire, not like a whole bunch of money. 15% is like the floor, or to invest in from a percentage standpoint. Excuse me, I did 20% in this case. Say the 50, 30, 20. Anyways, we're at $170,000, and all we've done is pay taxes and invest. We actually haven't paid any bills. When we talk about the mortgage, when we talk about being 25% of your gross, back to 250K, what's that going to be? That's 625. Yeah, 25 times 25 is 625. Right, so that's $6,200. Right in that? Yeah. Yep. Okay. No, my bad. That's for the year. So it's $62,000, $62,500 for the year. So divide that by a month. That's $5,200 a month. All right. So let's call it $5,000. So let's do 60 though. Okay, with the math. So now we're at 25% for your mortgage, right? So that's 170 minus the 60, right? So we're at $110,000, and all we've done is pay taxes, invest for retirement, and pay the mortgage. No groceries. Do these people have debt, right? For 110, right? If you divide 110, let's just put it at 120. That's $10,000 a month, and you've yet to pay anything besides your mortgage, invest, and taxes. You haven't paid for a family of 4 health care, which is going to run you a rack. So some people might run you a rack a check. Average family of 4 healthcare. That's the one, and that's what gets me. Yes, healthcare is expensive in America, but that doesn't mean it's going to be inexpensive. Bless the Lord. When I tell you I'll be pulling these numbers, like I say, like out of my butt, not like just like making it up, but I just have it in my head, like guesstimating. As of January 2024, the average annual cost of health insurance for a family for the United States is around $23,968. That's $24,000, by the way. Okay, so that's $2,000 a month. It's $2,000 a month for the family for this for healthcare. So we got 50K for investing for the 20% of the 250K. We got 50K right there to invest at 20%. Now we're at $200,000. Then let's just say we're going to pay another 15% in taxes between state and federal taxes on the low end. So that's 15% of 200,000. That's 30,000, right? So now we're at 170K, right? Now we got to have a mortgage, right? That's 25%. 25% of your gross. That's $60,000 a year. Doing rough numbers here. So now we're down at $110,000. All right, now let's just make it easy. Say you're at 120 for the math. Now we got to pay for this family healthcare at 24K. Let's just call it $20,000 there to make it simple. You got 100K to live off of for a family of 4 for the whole year. All right, that's $8,330 now and 33 cents repeating, whatever the hell it is. All right, let's say you got $8,500, and all you've done is pay for your mortgage, have healthcare, didn't even pay for dental and vision. We don't cost as much healthcare, but all you're doing is pay for healthcare here, taxes, and you're investing. We didn't talk about life insurance, car insurance. Let's just have mortgage insurance, renters insurance wrapped into the mortgage payment there, which it's not, by the way. Then we have life insurance. As I said, you have your cell phone bill, your utilities, right? Do you have debt payments? Are there 2 car payments? Are there 2 student loan payments? The average person has 4 credit cards, so 2 adults, that would be 8. Are there 8 credit card payments? So how many credit card payments do you have? Are there medical bills? Are there children in activities? And you about to make this work on $8,500? Because remember, these are in the high. These are in the highest cost of living areas. So debt is what it is. But these extracurricular activities, kids in sports, private school, martial arts, whatever it is, that stuff costs more. Going out to eat, that has a higher dollar amount to it. $8,500, right? You subtract 500 from 8,500, you always get 8,000, right? But if it costs more than 500 to do something, then you're gonna be under 8,000. It's that simple. These are high cost of living areas based off these figures that they use, but also the figures that are not equated into this cost of living are still likely going to be higher in these various areas. If you make over $250,000 gross, what type of vehicle do you think these people drive? Not all of them, right? Some of them are going to, be real about it. But a lot of times these people are going to have debt attached to luxury vehicles. Healthcare is already two racks a month. Then if we add in shit, yeah, I mean, see, I tell you it's late night. I'm not trying to cuss. But y'all got me fucked up. Then you add daycare in this bitch. We already talked about daycare a few episodes ago. Daycare was what, 36? I remember it was something like 18 to 20, something like that. Let's just call it 20K to split the baby. The bad metaphor. We're talking about daycare. Let's just call it 20K. So now we're down from 100K, because remember we went from that 120 to 100K for the daycare. Now we at from 100K to 80K because we're paying for daycare. How you on a family of 4? We haven't even eaten yet, and we down to 80K a year. We around $6,500 a month. 7 times 12 is what, 84? Let's just say it's at 7,000. You got $7,000 a month, and you haven't even eaten yet. You ain't paid no debt besides the mortgage. San Fran is the most expensive overall. Okay, we talked about that. Other major cities notoriously for having large, expensive housing areas. Again, my guess is the end of these articles will be set up relatively the same. California homes are about twice as expensive as a typical U.S. home. Makes sense, according to the Legislative Analyst Office, a nonpartisan government agency in the state. Okay, we have fourth largest. California. Wait, what? Okay, California as a state has the fourth largest one. All right. We'll probably get into that to those next articles. Out of all 99 cities Smart Asset examined, a family of 4 would need a median of $226,886 to live comfortably. In Houston, the income needed drops to $175,219. So everybody going to Houston, getting that money, but it don't cost, according to this article, it don't cost as much to live there. Anyways, the lowest of all cities examined. That's still higher than the median family income in the United States, right? Of $92,000. Oh my goodness, that's according to the U.S. Census Bureau. While employers in these high-cost cities tend to offer higher than average salaries, they're not offering you. No, in DC, 2 people are not making 150. I mean, at a point in time, they might. They're both working. But you talking about Arlington? I said 150. Yeah, it's still about 300. Arlington, yeah, yes, but not as many as you think. And even then, so that's still not enough. When we add daycare in this bitch, it's a wrap. It's Christmas gift. It is a full blown wrap for the budgets out here. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. All right. Anyways, while employers, they offer these higher salaries to attract and retain talent. Housing costs can make it difficult. These employers aren't, they don't have that much control over the price of housing. They can only offer you with so much. They got to stay in business to keep paying your ass. In large cities, housing costs often exceed 30% of our household income, leaving little room for other necessities like utilities, food, and transportation. To make ends meet, families might skip out on home ownership, owning a vehicle, or discretionary purchases. I don't know about owning a vehicle if you're not in one of these, cities that have public transportation. I guess you can do it in San Fran. Maybe New York. Not maybe. New York, you can do it. And you can do it in. See, the issue is the public transportation system over here in quote unquote DMV, but Nova, DC, Maryland area. It's mainly just for DC. It goes out into Nova and parts of Maryland, but it's for DC. Like if you're living in PG County or Montgomery County, you're living in Nova, Arlington, you're not like, oh yeah, I got access to the metro, so that's how I'm gonna live your life. Like it's not like how it is in actual inside, the district.